Okay. It is 2 o'clock. It is Thursday at 2 o'clock. It is time for the weekly update. My name is Keith Cox, and I am the pastor here at Clarksville First United Methodist Church. And today, it's going to look a little different. I've intentionally holding the camera in my hand. This is very intentional. Today is we're going to call this up close and personal. And today is about being up close, hence that's why it's in my hand, up close and personal with Pastor Keith. We'll give some people some more opportunities to chime in. It is Thursday afternoon for our weekly updates. Since I'm holding my hand, it probably will be a lot quicker than normally. So those who are just listening, you're looking at, all right, I've done this on purpose. There's Eleanor. Hello, Eleanor. See, when I hold it up close, I can say, hey, hello to you. That's pretty cool. Today is going to be up close and personal. Really? Up close and personal with Pastor Keith. And I want to start with talking about Vacation Bible School. But before I do, the reason that today is up close and personal is that I have a date that I'm going to tell you when we're coming back. Hey, KK, it's good to see you there. Listen, I'm going to give you a date and the time that we're going to gather again in person. I'm going to wait and save it for the end. That way I get plenty of attention. Now, those who are watching at 2 o'clock, man, you'll get the early scoop. Those who are watching me later, they won't get to hear it firsthand. They can hear it later. So here we go. Up close and personal with me today. Going to talk to you a little bit about what's going on. And then at the end, if you can wait to the end, I'm going to give you some information about when we're coming back. I'm going to start with Vacation Bible School. It's hard to believe. Oh, my goodness. It is hard to believe that Vacation Bible School starts on Monday, the 22nd. Courtney and Mike have done a fantastic job filming. Other volunteers have done a good job. Our youth have done a good job by packing goodie bags. If you know someone that has not registered, please contact Courtney at Clarksville First UMC. She made enough for 80 kids. We're super pumped. This is going to be Vacation Bible School online. Never done it before. I'm so excited about what's going to happen. That's one reason why I'm here, because I want to show you some of the hard work that Mike and Courtney have done. So I'm going to move the camera over here. Now look, check this out. I won't be in the picture because you don't want to see me. But it's the Rocky Railway. And there's a train station. Can you see that? That's kind of hard for me because I'm behind you. And I'll come over here and look. Look at that train. Look at the smoke. Look at the clouds. I'll try to get everything. They have worked. I'll try to get real low so you can see it down low so you can see it all. They have worked tremendously hard. I mean, I'm an adult and I think this is pretty awesome. I mean, look at the clouds up there. I mean, how cool. Look at the trees. There's the depot with the luggage. Anybody got any old classic vintage luggage like that? Look at that. Look how amazing. There's a train station, and here's one of the sayings. Jesus' power helps us to do hard things. Ramsey the Ram. How cool is that? Look at the background, the mountains. So we are super excited. So if you know someone, listen, we've even got, listen to this. Listen, I know you can listen to me. Now let you look at me. Hey, here we go. Hey, guess what? We've got grandparents who are mailing these bags to their grandchildren. How cool is that? How cool is that? So this is going to be a fantastic, but we need some help this weekend. All right, let me make sure I get to the right time. So VBS starts this Monday, June 22nd. Again, you can still register. You can contact the office, contact Courtney. We want you to be praying for it. We're super excited. But listen to this. This Sunday, the 21st, we need some volunteers. All this stuff, this train set, everything that you see, they need people to help them move this out front in front of the fellowship hall. Because when the kids come up, the kids are going to come up between 3 and 4 to pick up their bags. And they're going to be able to get their picture with this amazing set. So we need people here at 1:30. 1:30, wear your face mask. Courtney needs a lot of help. I know it's Father's Day and there may be some people away, but man, the more hands, the quicker it happens. So if you could be here this Sunday at 1:30, wear your mask. All you're going to do is move this train set out in front of the fellowship hall, and then you can leave if you want to. That'll be fine. And then she needs people to come back from 3 to 4 or just stay. pass out the bags to all the kids and be there as they get their picture. And then we're going to move all this stuff. See the train? Woohoo! Chugga, chugga. We're going to move all this stuff back in here. So if you can't volunteer on the front end, maybe you can come back at about 4:15, and you can help put everything back into the connection. So once again, VBS Online starts this Monday, but we need volunteers on Sunday, the 21st, this Sunday. If you could be here at 1:30, be in the connection, move all this great set out in front of the fellowship hall, and then be there from 3 to 4 to pass out the bags to all the children, and then finally come back at 4, or just stay, make it an afternoon, and put all the stuff back in the connection. They need a lot of help. Let's talk about our youth group. Bailey wanted me to let you know that if you have a teenager, 6th grade through 12th grade, we're going to start back Serve and Swim. Starts Wednesday the 24th next week. What that means, if you're new to the church, they go and serve, like cutting grass or doing yard work or helping people in the community. And then after that, they go swimming. Hence the word serve and swim. Serve and swim. And so if you just logged on, I am a little bit closer than I normally am, because we're calling this session Up Close and Personal with Pastor Keith. So contact Bailey. It's going to be on Wednesday, starting next week, 24th. And they meet in the church office at 10 a.m. and it goes to 2:30. So they serve, they go and help people in the community, church members, and they do yard work and they help. Then they have something to eat, and then they go and swim. Hence, serve and swim. So starts the 24th. Email Bailey. If you want to show up at 10 o'clock in front of the church office, that will be great. That would be great. Now, let me move on down here. The next thing I want to talk about is this Sunday, which is Father's Day, June the 21st. Very excited about Father's Day. We're going to have something very special. Going to have 2 special things this Sunday. I don't want to give it away. If you're just tuning in, you're like, why is he so close? Why is he so close? Well, today is about being up close and personal with Pastor Keith. But this Sunday, the sermon is going to be called around the Good Shepherd. The Good Shepherd, I encourage you to read John 10, 1 through 18. I'm not going to do that today. Take the time to read John 10, 1 through 18, and then that way you'll be ready. Again, we got a lot of special stuff. It's Father's Day. Got something very special. Got something also very special. I don't want to tell you. You just have to watch. I can't tell you everything. I need you to watch on this Sunday. And again, you can watch online through, you can go to our website, you can do Facebook, you can do YouTube, or you can even listen on the radio at 94.3 as well. So here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. We're coming back. We are going to gather again in person. That's why I'm having this up close and personal time with you now, because I'm excited. But before I give you more information about what we're going to do, it's important for you to know how we went through the process of determining when we should come back. So our bishop, Bishop Sue of North Georgia Conference, her and the cabinet, along with the CDC guidelines and other conferences, and they've been meeting with a lot of people from Emory. Our bishop has done an excellent job as far as reaching out and getting all the information that she can. They've done a very good job. But I need you to do this. I need everyone, when this is over with, go to the North Georgia website. Which is ngumc.org. Again, North Georgia UMC, which is North Georgia United Methodist Church. That is the website for the North Georgia Conference. And there's a video. And in that video, Bishop Sue talks for about 25 minutes. She spends the first 15 minutes just about what it means to gather again in person. So we, as a staff, watched that video. We, as some of our church leaders, watched that video. We listened very carefully. She also has on the website guidelines and suggestions of what we can do when we do return. One of the things that was very important for the bishop is not per se the date that you return, but making sure that you're prepared for the health and the safety of those who come back. Now for the bishop and the cabinet, it's not about the date. It's about being prepared for your families, because we want everyone to stay healthy and we want everyone to stay safe. So you need to watch the video. because if you watch the video, it will give you some ideas of what we're going to be doing. I'm just going to give you the date and the time. I'm not going to explain all the guidelines, all the things, all the expectations. That will come in next week when my update like this, because it's really hard to hold this with my hand. My hand is hurting. I must be getting old. So we'll give you more guidelines and expectations. As a matter of fact, we're going to email that to you next week, and we'll also put it in the branch, our newsletter next week. Today is just about giving you the date and the time. But go watch that video. Again, our staff watched the video. Our leadership watched the video. It's a video from Bishop Sue. She goes into great detail. It's only 15 minutes, so it's not that long. She tells exactly some important information. And then there's also guidelines. So from the video and from the guidelines, we have created our own guidelines, what we feel is best for our church. Now, there's some churches that she said in the video that they may not gather again until August or September. What they're going to do is just continue to do the online, what they've been doing. Hear me say this, when we gather, and I'm about to give you the date, I'm about to give you time. Also, for those who aren't ready to come back, when I'm about to give you this date, if you're not ready to come back and you're concerned about health and all that, then we're going to be live streaming the service. So when we do come back, we'll be live streaming the service for those who want to stay home. So for those who want to stay home. And then again, a week from now, I'll give you more information and guidelines of what's expected and more information like that. So here we go. You've waited very patiently, so let me go ahead and tell you when we're going to return. Now again, you heard me say that some of the larger churches, they might not come back till August or September. They're just going to focus on online. But that's not going to be us. We're coming back. Here we go. Drum roll. We're coming back in person July 5th. July 5th. The very first Sunday in July. Okay? It'll be July 5th at 10 a.m. Now, next week, I'll talk about the style of worship and what's involved and where we're meeting and all the expectations and all the guidelines. I'll give you that next week, so you don't have to worry about that today. Just know that we're going to come back in person in worship on July 5th, that very first Sunday in July. As a staff and as a leadership, we feel that gives us enough time for preparation to get things social distancing, between chairs and pews and all that good stuff, making sure everything is clean, making sure that we're ready, that when our members come, it'll be the safest place they can be. Now let me tell you this, and this is another reason why this is up close and personal. Hear me say this. This is phase one. Phase one. There's probably going to be about a total of 3 phases. And hear me say this. Next week when I explain what we can do and what we can't do, again, it's just going to be one worship service. No Sunday school and other things like that. But this is phase one. Now, there may be some people who are ready for phase 2 or even phase 3. And please hear me say, I wish we could come back just like we were before the virus. So I'm not 100% happy with what we have to do. But this is not about me. This is not about me being happy. This is about what's doing best for our congregation. Next week, when we give you all the details, some of you are going to be like, okay, that makes sense. And some of you are going to be like, that makes no sense. Why do we have to do that? I understand that some people are maybe a little bit ready or more in advance, depending on the age and stage of life. I get that. But this phase 1 is just about crawling. Okay? It's just about crawling. Then phase 2, we're going to walk. And then phase 3, we can run. So when you hear more details next week, and if you watch the video from the bishop, you'll get a kind of idea of some things that we're going to be doing. And you may be thinking, no, we need to do more. Well, we're taking this slow. We're going to take it slow. Now, we're going to look back from this a year from now, a year and a half from now, 2 years from now. This is what we're going to say. We're going to say, you know what? We did that right. yeah, we did that thing right, but there's going to be some things we're going to think, we probably should have done it different. I'm okay with that. We're not going to get this 100% right. There's no way. Because unless someone has already lived through this coronavirus, I mean, if anyone's already lived through this and you've done this and you've restarted a church, you've already done this and you know what's going to happen, you know if it's going to have a relapse, if you can tell me what's going to happen, then give me that information. But guess what? No one knows what's going on. We are living this in real time. Let me say that. What we're going through is a real-time situation. We don't have anything from the past that can truly help us from this because we don't know what's going to happen a day from now or a week from now. This is a real-time situation. That's why we've got to take it slow. Again, phase 1 may be too slow for some. I'm okay with that. Again, I'm not 100% happy. I wish we could go back to the way we used to, and I really wish we could. So I'm not 100% happy, but guess what? I'm happy that we can come back and at least have one service at 10 o'clock starting July 5th. I'm excited about that. I'm thankful for that opportunity. Now, again, if you're not ready to come back, we will live stream what's going on. Okay, so if you're not ready, no pressure. That's phase 1. So think about it as crawling. We're in the crawling stage. And then phase 2, phase 2, I don't know what that will look like yet. I don't want to assume. I don't want to make any suggestions. Phase 2 means we're walking, and then eventually we'll be running. Phase 3. So it's going to be a slow process. And again, we're living this real time. Okay? We've never seen this before. We're not quite sure exactly how this is going to turn out. So we're going to keep praying. We're going to keep praying. We're going to keep praying. We're going to keep planning, preparing to the best that we can do. So when you hear things that we're going to be doing next week, and if it hopefully it won't make you mad, it may disappoint you. It's okay to be disappointed, but know this: we're doing the best we can do. Okay, it's just phase 1. There'll be a phase 2, and there'll be a phase 3. So just take a deep breath. If you want to call me or email me or talk to me, I'll listen to anybody. I will listen to anybody that would like to talk about this. So we're open. But we think we have a good idea based on what the bishop has told us and what CDC is telling us and what other churches are doing. The good news is we've had other churches who have already started this process. So that's exciting. Bethlehem down the road, they started back May 10th. I talked with their pastor, and they had some learning curve up front, and so I took some of his advice. Very helpful. But hear me say this. There's a church over in Batesville. They started mid-May. They went for 2 or 3 weeks, and then they found out someone in the church has the coronavirus. Guess what they've done? Now they've had to shut down completely. So they went from no church to coming back to now shutting down. Again, you might not like starting in July 5th at 10 a.m. You might not like having just one service in the beginning, but if you know the reason that we're doing this is what's best for the safety and health of our church family. I think we can all agree on that. We might not agree. Trust me, we're not all going to agree. We are not going to all agree on coming back July 5th. Some want to come back earlier. Some want to have all 3 services. Some want to have 2 services. Some want to have Sunday school. Some want to come back Wednesday night. There's some people who are ready to run with this thing. Well, it's not time to run. It's not. It's just time to crawl. So be patient with us. Continue to pray for us. Next week, you'll get more information, more guidelines, more expectation. We're going to need some volunteers. Let me say that. We're going to need people to come up here and help us set up chairs and set up a stage. We're going to need a lot of help getting this place ready. Staff cannot do it by itself. We're going to need some volunteers. So we're going to be reaching out to folks. We're going to need you to come and help us as a staff and the church membership work together to get ready. And I know that you'll be willing to serve. So I'm looking forward to serving with you as we get ready for July 5th. July 5th, that first Sunday in July at 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. So listen, keep us in your prayers. If there's anything we can do for you, please let me know. And thank you for listening. And hey, we're getting back. It won't be perfect. It won't be perfect, but we're trying to do what's the best that we can do. Remember, this is real time. This is real time. So call the church office if you want to volunteer. Email Christy or Jennifer at Clarksville First UMC. Call the church, and we're gonna start getting volunteers. Not only to get things organized, but when the service starts, we're gonna need people to step up. So I'm excited. It's not gonna be the best of the best. Not gonna be the perfect scenario, but guess what? In a few weeks, you don't have to look at me just on video. You can look at me face to face. So I'm excited about that. So thanks for listening for this up close and personal time with Pastor Keith. And I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.